and Oakland. The most powerful Desi radio station in America. A Universal Media Access owned radio station.
Attention, attention. Are you tired of expensive, low-quality web service providers? And are you looking for stunning, amazing, high-quality websites and want your website rank on first page of Google? तो आपकी तलाश खत्म होती है यहाँ. Please contact People Inc. on 510-449-9049, 510-449-9049, or visit them at www.beerbulls.com. Beerbulls Inc. offers award-winning custom-built websites, web and mobile application development, and internet marketing services. So contact कीजिए Beerbull Inc. को 510-449-9049. आपको satisfy करना और hard work करना, यही Beerbull Inc. का मकसद है.
The Shah Peerally Law Group is now opening its second office in San Francisco. After years of popular demand, the law group has finally decided to make the big jump and has its presence in San Francisco. For more than 10 years, the law group founded by the prominent attorney Shah Peerally has been dedicated to the immigrant community. The law group's new office is opening on February 20th, 2015, at the corner of 21st and Mission Street in the great city of San Francisco. For more information, call 415-643-4342 or 510-742-5887 or email sf@PeerallyLaw.com. Choose excellence. Choose the Shah Peerally Law Group. No attorney-client relationship is created by this ad.
The new Attorney On Air app is now available to download on your iPhone or Android. Get access to the latest information and interact on the immigration and debt settlement blogs. That's not all. The app has plenty of entertainment as well. Listen live to the Shah Peerally Law radio shows. Go to www.attorneyonair.com to download it for free. Yes, that's right, for free at www.attorneyonair.com.
Are you an H-1B visa holder? Do you have an I-140 petition approved or have an extension under AC-21 provisions? Are you on H4 visa? If yes, we've got amazing news for you. As of May 26, 2015, you or your spouse on H4 visa might be eligible for a work permit, aka EAD. And to apply, you need a lawyer who knows about H4 visa issues. Lawyer Shah Peerally has been at the forefront of this fight for H4 rights and has actually helped make this dream a reality. Now, his firm is ready to help you or your spouse get their EADs. Call 510-742-5887 or visit www.splgpc.com to apply for your EAD. This is an advertisement. No attorney-client relationship is created by this ad.
Very good afternoon, Mr. Shah. Thanks for a very good show.
Thank you for the show and all the information that you're providing.
Hi, Shah Peerally. Thank you so much.
Hi, Mr. Shah. Thanks for doing this program.
Hi, Shah. Thank you.
Hi, Shah. Thanks for picking up my call.
Hi, Shah. My name is Kunal. Let me thank you for this wonderful show. It's been a tremendous help, actually.
Mr. Shah Peerally, thanks for sharing the information.
Good afternoon, sir.
I would like to congratulate. It's a wonderful show, and lots of people are getting benefited in different areas like immigration and settlement and all.
Yeah, good afternoon. So, first of all, thank you very much for providing all this useful information. Really appreciate.
I've been listening to your shows. I know I've been listening to your shows only on Mondays, but I from now on I'll try to make it a point to listen to it, the other days also. Thank you for doing such a great show.
From all of us at the Shah Peerally Law Firm, we would like to thank you, the audience, for making 2014 such a great year. We wish you a happy and prosperous year in 2015.
Thank you for your kind words. Thank you very much.
And now, from the San Francisco Bay Area studios, KLOK proudly presents to you the prominent attorney Shah Peerally for the Shah Peerally Law Show, coming at you with over 50,000 watts of power. The Shah Peerally Law Show, where all your views matter.
Hello, everybody. Assalamu alaikum, sastakar, namaskar to all listeners. This is Shah Peerally for the Shah Peerally Law Show, and I have on the board with me my friend German, who is doing an excellent job in helping me making sure things go smoothly. So today we're going to talk, of course, about immigration law and a little bit about debt settlement. But there are a lot of news on immigration side. Before we take the calls, I'm going to kind of talk a little bit about those. But you will be able to call in 5 minutes. The number to the studio is 408-912-5565. 408-912-5565. And the number to our office, if you want a consultation or if you need help, the number is 510-742-5887. 510-742-5887. Before I start, ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to let you know everything I'm going to tell you today is my opinion only, and it should not be, you should not act or refrain to act solely on the information provided. You should contact an attorney. If you have any questions, feel free to call us at the office, 510-742-5887, and the websites to check, splgpc.com, splgpc.com, or just type peerallylaw.com like my name. And also we have a blog, Immigration Legal Blog, where we post some of the news of immigration almost on a daily basis. And also we have a special page for H4. It's called H4EAD.com, H4EAD.com, where we talk only about H4 visa issues because now the law has passed. But before I start now, let me talk a little bit about the visa bulletin. It came out yesterday, and fortunately and unfortunately, fortunately there was no retrogression, but unfortunately it doesn't seem it has moved a lot for India. So we are going to be still stuck on to October 2008 on India, as far as I know, for EB2, and as for EB3, we are stuck on February 2004. This is kind of unfair. We were expecting a little bit better, at least till 2009. But from my predictions, I'm hoping that we will reach 2010 by the end of this year, hopefully above May. We got some callers. So let me take the callers, and then we'll talk a little bit about the visa bulletin. By the way, we have a petition to, just like we did for H4, we want to push now to reduce this time. Please sign this petition. It's on my blog, Immigration Legal Blog, or even on H4 EAD. If you Google it, actually, reduce time on EB2, please sign the petition and have as many people sign on this petition, because it seems like those petitions are working. Let me take on a caller. This is Shah Peerally. You're live on air.
Hey, Shah, quick question on H4 EAD.
Yes, sir.
So let's say a husband and wife are on H1 and they are, either of them are eligible for H4 EAD. Is it a wise wise thing to do one of them to convert to H4 EAD and have a broader options of job opportunities rather than sticking to H1 and sticking to only which is restricted to only one company, and do the H1 transfer when we move to a different company and we don't have any other options to do other jobs, any other things on H1?
Yeah. Well, your question answers itself. It's a very good question. This is something I've been recommending. What I recommend people to do, pick which one has the strongest H1B, and the other one take the H4. Because if you have, let's say, for example, you're working for a big company, I don't want to name them, your job is secure, you're feeling safe and everything. The other one is kind of having issues with consulting firms, etc., etc. Then go on H4, because the H4 allows you even to open your own business. But that doesn't mean you open a business and then your spouse transfer the H1 there. No, you can't. Well, you can do that somehow, but it's very difficult. But yeah, it's a very good idea because H4 gives a lot of mobility, and I wrote an article about this on the blog. It's H4EAD.com, and I talk about the advantages of moving to H4, because one of the biggest advantages on H4, you're not limited like H1B on salary, you're not limited on the position, you don't have to file LCA, you don't have to file amendment, and like I said, the best advantage for those who have really great ideas, and there are a lot of them, you can even go into your own business. So that's another aspect you can look at. So one aspect is to look at which one has a stronger H1B, stay on it, or the other aspect, whoever wants to open a business and wants to create their own company, it's a time to show that H4 can really make money for this country.
it has nothing. H4 EAD has nothing to do with only sticking to IT companies, right? It can be anything.
No. You can work for McDonald's if you want to. Well, not to say McDonald's is bad. It's a good job, but you can open your own business. You can work as many hours you want. You can stop working when you want to. You don't have to really even work on the EAD. You can keep it whenever you want to work. You work. If you don't want to work, you don't work. I know a lot of people who are artists, who are musicians, who are reporters, who are people like that, who wants to build a business or things like that. So you're free, okay?
I see. Okay, got it. Thank you.
Good luck to you. You're welcome. Let me take another caller. This is Shah Peerally. You're live on air.
Hello, Mr. Shah. My name is Raj.
Hi, Raj.
I have a question regarding the H4 EAD.
Yes, sir.
So I applied the EAD for my wife who is on H4, but I sent the forms and the documents to the wrong address. I sent it to the Dallas address instead of the Phoenix address.
Yes.
But I did get a receipt. Does that mean that everything is okay? There's no problem?
I don't know the exact answer because that's one of the things I was telling people to be very careful. But from my experience in the past, sometimes when you send to the wrong address, they transfer it to the right address. But we don't know how they're going to react right now when they are overwhelmed. But I don't think they will deny it. Worst case scenario, they might ask you to just resend it to somewhere else. But I don't think they will deny it, especially if they give you a receipt. So I think you're okay right now. But if in case it comes back, then you'll have to refile. But at this point, we don't know because nobody has gotten an approval yet on any H4 EAD. So we are going to wait and see. But that's one thing which is very important. Don't make mistakes on those addresses. Okay? But since you got a receipt, it seems like you are in good path right now. Okay?
Okay. I have another question.
Go ahead quickly.
So as you know, I'm on H-1B visa, and I have a 140, but my H-1B expires in September of this year. Now, my current employer has applied for an extension, but it's still in process. In the meantime, I want to go to a different employer. So what are my options here? Like, can I go even before my current H1 extension gets approved?
Yes, because when you file for your transfer, the extension will be included in that. So when your attorney files for the transfer, they will file for a new extension. So you don't have to worry about the other extension. It will be included in the same application.
So I'll get an extension based on the I-140, though it's tied to my current employer?
Yes, because when the employer do the transfer, if the lawyer knows how to do it, of course, it will be done for probably 3 years because you have an I-140 approved. So based on that, then you will ask for an extension and a transfer simultaneously in the same package. They will just approve both together. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, good luck to you. And if you need help on the EAD or any H-1B or any kind of cases, give us a call, 510-742-5887. Good luck to you. Let me take another caller. This is Shah Peerally. You're live on air.
Hey, Shah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I have a question regarding the amendment of H-1B.
Yes, sir.
The first question is my original petition was filed in Palo Alto, California, and then I moved to one of the other client, which is located in Sunnyvale. So will these two areas will come under the same metropolitan areas? And still, do I need to do an amendment, or is that okay?
Yeah, as soon as you move, even if it is the same MSA, we are recommending people to do the amendment. The reason for that is the problem is that they themselves are kind of confused. This is how they're doing it. I'll tell you why we recommend it. They are sending they have this group of investigators now called document fraud investigators, and they are very active. Recently, I've seen a lot of cases. They're going to spot check on people, on companies. And if they don't see you there and they don't see an amendment in their system, it will be a headache for you to go ahead and prove it. During the meantime, you will be stressed, and you will have to do a lot of work to fix it. So I'm recommending people to make sure that they are even if it's kind of in the MSA, still go ahead and do the amendment just to be on the safe side. But yes, if you are in the same MSA, you don't have to do an amendment, but you still have to do the LCA, new LCA. You know that, right?
Okay. I have one more question. Actually, like I moved this client to new client, new location, like last year, August 28th. But until now, I didn't. My lawyer said like I don't need to file LCR like amendment. But now, actually, like I thought of doing it amendment, and then because I'm going for visa stamping. So is that okay to submit the client letter saying like I'm working here? Because in the client letter, in the vendor letter, like they mentioned like I'm working here, but they didn't mention the start date. So usually, like the amendment means like, do I need to get an amendment before getting approval, right? I have to start my new job before
I won't be able to
getting approved from amendment.
Yeah, but I'm a little bit confused because until I see the letter, I won't be able to tell you. But from my perspective, if they don't do that amendment when you go for visa stamp, they will deny it. They will, definitely, because this is what triggered the whole thing. I think 3 years ago, I started that conversation on the radio saying, do the amendment because exactly of this. Because at the State Department, they don't have all the facts and they move very fast. They have like 10, 15 minutes to move on a case. If anything is not matching, they will issue either an INA-221G and give you a hard time, or they will just deny the case. So be careful. Make sure your letter is coinciding. Make sure you do the amendment. And then as for the letter, I won't be able to tell until I look at it. If you want, give me a call at the office. We can do a consultation, and I can look at the letter and tell you if it is good. But make sure you just don't go there and get stuck, because then all your life will be a nightmare. It's getting stuck there. Okay?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Good luck to you. So let me take another caller. This is Shah Peerally. You're live on air.
Yeah. Hi. Hi, Charles. Thanks for all your support. I have a question for my friend. So he is on H1 and his wife is also on H1. So if he moved to H4 and can he apply with the H4 advanced adjustment status? Can he apply H4 EAD?
Okay. Well, there's no adjustment of status at this point unless you are filing for a green card. But to answer your question in simple terms, again, I mentioned that I wrote an article on that on this blog, H4 EAD, where H4 is a dual intent visa. So if time comes for you to file the green card, you're free to file it. And yes, you can move to the H4 EAD and at the same time also wait for your green card. It's the EAD that comes with the H4 is not under adjustment of status, by the way. It's under a different section of the law. It's an amendment on the H1B. So I'm a little bit confused about your question. If you're saying, can she move to H4 EAD? Of course she can. But you have to have an I-140 approved somewhere.
Okay, so yeah, he has 140 approved, and if you move to H4 EAD, then when the priority date comes, can he move back to his company? At that time, if the 140 is still not revoked, can he apply green card and can you change the status to H4 to H1 again?
Yes. He doesn't have to move to H1. He can just stay on the H4 and file for the green card. Yeah, like I said, I wrote an article exactly covering this issue. If you go on H4 EAD, H4 TOEAD.com, I wrote an article talking exactly about that, because you don't have to, first of all, green cards for future employment. So he moves back there, he can go ahead and continue the green card even without moving on the H1 again. So there's no need to really do any move, because the move is only when you have H1B. When you have H1B, you want to move, you have to transfer it. But if your green card is becoming current, you want to go back to the company A and they file your adjustment of status. Actually, I'm doing a case exactly like that right now. He left, he was thinking he was not going to get his green card, and then 1 year later, the dates became current, so he came back. Now the company is taking him back. There's nothing wrong in that because it's for future employment. As long as the I-140 is not revoked, yes, it can be used, and he doesn't even have to move back to H1. He can just use the H4 EAD, continue working, and wait for the green card. Okay?
Yeah, and on that same question, suppose if you want to move to H4 EAD, then you need to apply H4 first, then he need to apply H4 EAD, or he can do at the same time and he can continue working with the same client?
Okay. This is a good question. What you do a concurrent filing of H4 and the EAD, and as long as the H4 is not approved, that person can continue working on H1 if the H1 is valid. Okay?
Oh, Okay, got it. Thanks a
Okay,
lot.
good luck to you. And keep checking this blog. I made that especially for H4. I write, because when you guys ask me questions, then I try to write articles about them, so you will get a lot of answers there. It's H42EAD.com, and please share it to your friends. And also we have a Facebook page and Twitter attached to it. Please follow us on those. It's also H42EAD, H4 TOEAD. There's no .com for the Twitter or the Facebook, but please follow us because that's very helpful for us to also get feedback from you. Let me take another caller. This is Shah Peerally, you're live on air.
Hi, my name is Subbu. I have a small question.
Yes, sir, I'm listening to it.
I moved to a company B in October on H1B. I've had a stamped visa on passport until April 30, 2015 with company A. I've traveled to India recently in November 2014 and returned back in January. I've not gone for stamping with the new company B. So when traveling back, I've shown the stamped visa of the old company A.
Yeah, okay.
And did not show the new companies. He didn't ask for any new I-797, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I just got a message yesterday that my H1B with company A is revoked. Do I need to go for stamping immediately or do I need to do anything?
No, the stamping on your passport, you're inside United States right now, right? Where are you? Are you in India or
yes,
in the United
I'm inside, yeah.
Okay, so when you enter, they give you the I-94. Okay, this is a very good concept you brought up. The stamp on your passport, doesn't matter it was issued for company A, B, C. It doesn't, as long as you did your transfer properly to the H1B, the 797 is clean to company B, that stamp doesn't get canceled. It's still a good stamp. You don't have to go and get a new stamping. Okay? So that stamp is originally they put a company, but doesn't mean like, because, for example, let's say you enter with Yahoo, not to say an example, and later you want to move to Google. You don't have to go for, every time you get a new 797 transfer, you don't have to go for a stamp. That stamp is still good. That stamp rule is the rule of stamping is just to allow you to board a plane. That status is the one that changes inside, not the stamp. But of course, let's say the stamp expires, you need a new one, then they will put a new company on it. But apart from that, no, there's no requirement to get a new stamping. But of course, if you're a little bit confused because of the I-94, you can give me a call. I can look at it, 510-742-5887. But you don't really need to go for a new stamping, okay?
So even though they're revoked, it doesn't really matter, the old company, my H1B, right?
I'm sorry?
Even though my old company has revoked my H1B, it doesn't really matter, right?
It doesn't matter because they can only revoke the H1B, but your status is there with the new company, and they revoke your status, but they don't revoke your cap exam. And since you already moved before they revoke, there's nothing really for them to revoke. They just do that to protect themselves, okay? But it doesn't affect you. You're fine. As long as your transfer was done before they revoke, you're fine, okay? But even after that, it's okay, but then you might have to go outside and come back. But that's not the case for you, okay?
Okay. Can I have
and if you're confused, give me a call. I can look at it and tell you exactly where you stand. Let me take another caller. This is Shah Peerally. You're live on air.
Yes. Good morning, Mr. Shah.
Good morning, sir.
I have a question. I'm a personal advisor to one of my friends who has come from India to New York. He's a 14-year experience in urology and kidney, and he's on a 1-year research fellowship, and his fellowship expires on 20th of June or so. He has only 10 days, but he's looking for a business opportunity or an opportunity, employment opportunity. How can you help, or how can you guide, or can you guide him?
Well, if he has so much, he seems to have a lot of publications and is a person, maybe he forms part of those people who are on EB-1A. If he falls into EB-1A, I might be able to file a straight green card for him. But the problem is that you only have 10 days left. You should have come to see me earlier.
Yes, 10 days is for my consultation, but I think he told me it is 30th June will be his last day.
Okay, perfect. So we might be able to get it done on time, because if he qualifies, we can file the adjustment of status and get him a green card within 6 months. if he qualifies, because it goes very fast. We just did one couple of weeks ago. It got approved within 7 days. So it doesn't take...
He's a huge research scientist. He's an international doctor with about 10 or 20 publications, and his wife
beautiful.
has joined her.
So I want you to read
why
up.
should I go back to India?
Yeah, he might not have to go. Him and his wife, we might be able to keep him because he falls probably under the category called EB1A or EB1B if he gets an offer from a university. You can read about it. Give me a call. I'm doing a bunch of them lately. Since we got this case, I got another case from a couple of cases from NASA also. We got some cases from some big organization who really wanted to do their cases, and we will be glad to look into it and work on that. But you need to move fast because it needs to be filed before June 30th. If not, because if it takes us around 3-4 weeks to prepare those cases. So time is of the essence. Either you come and see us or see another lawyer, but look into what we call an EB1A or EB1B. But give me a call at the office. I will be more than glad. We will just do an assessment. We'll charge a fee for the assessment. But once the case, we think, from what you're telling me, it seems that the person do qualify under the B1A. The good thing is that you can file adjustment of status together with it. And once I file the adjustment of status, they can stay. And since it doesn't take long to get the green card, within 90 days they get a work permit, and within like 4 or 5 months they get a green card. And it's an amazing thing. Many people don't know about it, but it's there, and we got a lot of them like that. It's called EB1A or EB1B. EB1A, you don't even need an employer. EB1B, you need, it's for outstanding researchers and professors and scientists. This, you need a university or some kind of research company to petition. But I think he will qualify on the first one where he doesn't even need an employer. So tell him to give me a call. I'll be more than glad to help. Okay?
Yes, and a follow-up question. I want to know, he's in New York, so do you or your partners have a presence in New York where he can walk in or drive into your office?
No, I don't have in New York, but I take a lot of cases on the East Coast because this is immigration law. We can practice all over the U.S., and you'll be surprised. I have clients in Alabama, Florida, Texas, New Jersey. And since those cases are mostly paperwork case, I can talk to him on the phone, analyze the case, and then since, people can trust us, they know us by name, we've been there. It's not like they're just hiring a lawyer from anywhere. But if he doesn't feel comfortable, then tell him to find a lawyer there in New York who can do an EB1A. But he needs to move very fast and a lawyer that can be trusted. Because if you don't trust the lawyer and they don't do it on time, he will lose his chance. Okay? But I can do it from here. I can do it from here because we do a lot of those. And right now we're doing a case right now in Pennsylvania. We just got it approved. The case I was telling you, we got it approved. He was in Pennsylvania. So it's not like difficult for us. Okay?
Okay, sir. Thank you for your guidelines.
You're welcome. Let me take another caller. This is Shah Peerally. You're live in here.
Hey, Mr. Shah. Good morning. Thanks for doing this show. This is Reddy. I'm doing good.
Hi, Reddy.
I have a quick question regarding H1 amendment for consultants, right? So I do work for multiple companies as a client. So I go to different sites like Los Angeles and Houston, depends on the project. In the same month, like 2-3 locations, depends on my job, right? So how does that H1 amendment work for these kind of situations?
No, the short term, you don't need an amendment. You don't need anything. If you read on the amendment, I have it on my blog, Immigration Legal Blog. I have a slideshow there. It clearly says for the short period, they call it, there's a word, I can't even pronounce that word, that they call it in those kind of situations when you're moving around. For example, you have an architect, right? They have to move to different sites because they have no choice. It forms part of the job, right? And they tell them for 2 days on this, 3 days on this. As long as you don't pass more than 30 days, even after 30 days, it's still okay because, but it depends on the nature of the job. But if you don't pass 30 days, you're leaving just for 5 days, 4 days, you just stick to the main place of business. Because you're not really going under the control of someone else. You're just going to, for example, they put you there to check a software for 1 or 2 days. Yeah, that you don't need to do anything because you stick to your main company. But if you have to stay there for a while, they call it the job peripatetic in nature. I was looking for the word. peripatetic. So that means basically you have to, where the primary job is one location, but they occasionally travel for short periods to other location on casual, short-term basis, which can be recurring but no excessive. That is not exceeding 5 consecutive work days for any one visit by peripatetic worker, or 10 consecutive working days for any one visit by a worker who spends most of his time at one location and travels occasionally to other location. Then you don't really need to do any amended petition because there's a non-work site. But as soon as you're going to pass some time, I count it around 30 days usually when you add it up. You've got to do at least the LCA, but at least the amendment then. But otherwise, if you're just going for temporary time, no, you just stick to your own one job location and then you travel and you're fine, okay?
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. So let me take another caller. This is Shah Peerally, you're live on air.
Hey, Shah. Actually, I have a question.
Yes.
I have I-140 with my previous employer. Last month, I wanted to change the job, and 2 employers filed for the H1 transfer. I joined with one of the employer. So I don't probably it's not that match for me. So I want to go for another employer. So can I directly go and join the another employer, or is it like I need to, or the employer has to file for the new H1 transfer?
Okay, I'm really confused. You are from employer A, and you had an I-140 approved there. You moved to employer B using that I-140. Now you want to move to C, or you want to go back to A?
Yeah, actually, when I was, my I-140 was approved with the employer A. And so, I wanted to change the company from A. So at that time, I had, B and C filed for the transfer, H1 transfer. I joined company B, but after 1 month, I realized that probably this is not the best place for me, and I want to join C. So can I directly join?
Yeah. Is C approved? Did they revoke it? If they have not revoked it, you don't have to do anything. But if they revoke the H1B, then you have to refile it.
Okay. So even if suppose if the application if the application is not filed under premium processing, so it takes a couple of months. But even when in the process, suppose in my current thing, even in the process, can I go and join the other employer?
Yes, because under AC21 you can. It just have to be pending. The only problem will be if they revoke it. If they have not revoked it, you can join them. Yes. But make sure that I'm getting all the tables right, because on the radio in 2 minutes is very hard. If you want to make sure before you go, give me a call at the office. We'll do a consultation. We'll kind of draw the chart, and I'll make sure that you're not making any mistake. But from what you told me, yes, because it's still pending and has not been revoked, yes, you can join C. This is called kind of multiple H1Bs. This is allowed. As long as they don't revoke it, you're fine, okay?
Okay.
Good luck to you. You're welcome. Let me take, for those who want to do a personal consultation, the number to our office, 510-742-5887, 510-742-5887. Let me take a couple of other callers, Jermaine, and then after that we're going to talk a little bit about debt settlement. This is Shah Peerally. You're live on air.
Thank you for taking my call.
You're welcome.
A question about citizenship application. I was looking at the application, and they ask a question about any citations or any violations. I was wondering if traffic violations, you get a speeding ticket, speeding or something like that, are they even considered citations? Do you mention them or not?
Yes, they say don't mention them, but I always do, because what happened is that I went for an interview one time, and one of the officers, he was happy that I mentioned it. He makes our work easier, and we like it this way. But it says in there you don't have to mention it. My advice is to mention it, because it's not going to affect your application. It can only help you. So don't lie about it, because if you lie, then you will be charged of something different. But yeah, it's good to mention it. It's not something you should you need to, But if you don't mention it, then later on they can say, okay, you should have mentioned it. Some officers will like to see it there, so it's better to mention it. And if they don't like it, they will just cut it at the interview, okay?
Sorry, one more question. They also ask about if you in the oath taking section, right, where they say, are you willing to perform, join the armed forces if you're called upon it? Do you normally say yes, or do people have the option to say no?
You can say no, but you will have to prove a lot of things to get out of this. You have to prove, for example, religious consciousness. Like Muhammad Ali did back in the days of the draft. It is allowed, but you're becoming American citizen. I doubt you will be able to refuse to fight for America. So at that point, later on, of course, there might be, you can make objections, but at this point, you have to say yes. But it's not necessary. There are what we call religious objections. For example, some people can make the argument that their religion doesn't allow them to fight. And based on that, they should not be forced to fight. But the problem is that you might be stuck in your citizenship for a long time. So at this point, you can say no, but you will have to give a long explanation, okay? Okay. Go ahead. Let me take another caller. I will be taking the last call after that. This is Shah Peerally. You're live on air.
Hello?
Hello. Hi.
Hi, Mr. Shah?
Yeah, this is Shah.
So I have a question about H1B. I'm working for a small H1B company on H1B, and that company has been taken over by another company, another corporation. So what are the effects on the H1B? Do I need to do something, or just, it takes care?
That I will not know until I look how was the takeover. If the takeover was a full acquisition, that means a full successor in interest, they call it. That means they took over everything. They just didn't break the company and take it in parts. Then usually no.
No, everything. They took over everything.
So usually no, but if you're moving location, you might want to do an amendment. It says, if you look at the amendment rules, which I posted on Immigration Legal blog, I have a slide, and if you go in SlideShare also, I put it there. That you don't have to really do anything. The problem now is fine-tune. If later on they don't find you at a specific spot, then if you're moving place, then the same rule will apply moving place even in the same company. So if, let's say, the company buys...
No, it's at the same place. The location is the same. It's just, it's a small practice, it's a veterinary practice.
Okay.
So a company
so
has taken over the practice.
I don't think you will need to do that, but you might want to check with a company lawyer and look at the agreements of the merger and the acquisition or the buy-off. So, no, if you look at this, the rules, it clearly says no, because this is a full successor in interest. But again, sometimes there are fine lines between what is a successor in interest. So it's always good to make sure do an amendment. But if not, you don't have to do anything. But I will not know until I look at the paperwork. And they won't give the paperwork probably. So it's good to talk to your company lawyer. And if they need help, you can give me a call, 510-742-5887. Okay? Good luck to you. Okay. Let me take one last caller, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to be almost closing the show in a few minutes. This is Shah Peerally. You're live on air.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm on H1B right now. I want to move to H4 and apply for EAD. I wanted to know how long would it take to apply for change of status without traveling to India, and once we move to H4, how long would it take to get EAD?
Okay, that's a good question, and actually I covered a little bit of that in that article this morning. One of them is, first, you can file concurrently the H4 and the EAD at the same time. My calculation is like within 90 days to 100 days, you should get hopefully both. But the rule is the H4 has to be approved before the EAD is issued. Doesn't mean they're not processing the EAD, okay? So what you need to do is you need to file it concurrently, and then based on that concurrent filing, wait on that. You can travel in between, but it's not recommended, okay? I don't recommend it because if you travel, then the H4 will die in the middle of it, and you will have to come back another H4, and then you might have to reapply for the EAD. If you were already on H4, you're applying only for the EAD, then it's okay to travel. There should not be any big problem. But in your case, since you're doing a change of status, you should travel you should not travel. The other option now, if you really need to travel, don't file the change of status, don't file anything. Go travel, come back on H4, get your H4 stamp, come back. As soon as you reach here, file your EAD, okay? And that, everything is going to take around 90 days to 100 days right now. This is what they told us, but we cannot guarantee it because they are kind of low in workers there. But I'm hoping for everybody 90 days to 100 days, people should start getting their EADs, okay?
And once the H4 is approved,
okay.
Take about 10 days to 15 days for EAD, right?
Yeah. I cannot hear you, I'm sorry. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick break and we will be back after those messages. So don't go anywhere. This is Attorney Shah Peerally broadcasting live on Desi 1170 AM, and I wanted to thank German to be on the board today with me. Anything I told you today, ladies and gentlemen, is for educational purposes only. You should not act or refrain to act solely on the information provided. You should contact an attorney for if you have any questions. The number 510-742-5887, website splgpc.com. We'll be back after those messages, so don't go anywhere.
Is your credit card debt driving you insane? Don't panic and claim bankruptcy. Don't consolidate and end up worse off than before. What you need to do is call the debt settlement team at the Shah Peerally Law Group PC. They have an excellent record of getting your debt reduced at a fraction of what you owe. The best part is you don't pay a penny until a settlement is reached. Stop wasting time and money and call the Shah Peerally Law Group PC at 510-742-5887. That's 510-742-5887. Get out of debt now. This is just an advertisement. No attorney-client relationship is created by this ad. The law firm does not guarantee success. The new Attorney On Air app is now available to download on your iPhone or Android. Get access to the latest information and interact on the immigration and debt settlement blogs. That's not all. The app has plenty of entertainment as well. Listen live to the Shah Peerally Law radio shows. Go to www.attorneyonair.com to download it for free. Yes, that's right, for free at www.attorneyonair.com.
Are you an H-1B visa holder? Do you have an I-140 petition approved or have an extension under AC-21 provisions? Are you on H4 visa? If yes, we've got amazing news for you. As of May 26, 2015, you or your spouse on H4 visa might be eligible for a work permit, aka EAD. And to apply, you need a lawyer who knows about H4 visa issues. Lawyer Shah Peerally has been at the forefront of this fight for H4 rights and has actually helped make this dream a reality. Now, his firm is ready to help you or your spouse get their EADs. Call 510-742-5887 or visit www.splgpc.com to apply for your EAD. This is an advertisement. No attorney-client relationship is created by this ad.
Very good afternoon, Mr. Shah. Thanks for a very good show.
Thank you for the show and all the information that you're providing. Hi, Shah Peerally. Thank you so much.
Hi, Mr. Shah. Thanks for doing this program.
Hi, Shah. Thank you.
Hi, Shah. Thanks for picking up my call.
Hi, Shah. My name is Kunal. Let me thank you for this wonderful show. It's been a tremendous help, actually.
Mr. Shah Peerally, thanks for sharing the information.
Good afternoon, sir. I would like to congratulate. It's a wonderful show, and lots of people are getting benefited in different areas like immigration and settlement and all. Yeah, good afternoon. So, first of all, thank you very much for providing all this useful information. Really appreciate. I've been listening to your shows. I've been listening to your shows only on Mondays, but I from now on I'll try to make it a point to listen to it, the other days also. Thank you for doing such a great show.
From all of us at the Shah Peerally Law Firm, we would like to thank you, the audience, for making 2014 such a great year. We wish you a happy and prosperous year in 2015.
Thank you for your kind words. Thank you very much. And ladies and gentlemen, we are back for the Shah Peerally Law Show, and we had a lot of great questions on H1B, the amendment especially, and the H4 EAD. And the H4 EAD, I try to put as many answers as possible on this blog. It's H4EAD.com. But then because this thing is very new, it's always recommended. Sometimes I will tell you, if a case you don't really need a lawyer, you don't. But in this case, because of all the issues around it, you might want to make sure that you have a good lawyer to help you. And as you know, I have been fighting for this law for years now. We know it kind of in and out almost. So please, if you need help, you can call us. The number to our office is 510-742-5887. The news today was, of course, the visa bulletin is out. We posted that on our blog. On the same blog, you will see also a link to that. It's H4 EAD. And, of course, our main website, splgpc.com. So now let us talk a little bit about debt settlement. This is another thing that many of our people in our community are struggling with. Back in the time when things were tough, people used a lot of their credit cards, pretty much living off of credit cards. And now they are finding themselves into more deep waters, and they don't know what to do. And the money they're making is sufficient for them to live on, but to pay the credit card, it's because it's becoming a hassle because when you add up all the interest and all those negative things that they put on credit cards, you end up by owing like 2-3 times whatever you have taken. So what we can do, we can get rid of those for you. So what the idea is to do what we call a debt settlement. A debt settlement is the way to go if you don't want to file a bankruptcy. And the website to check for debt settlement is Your Debt Settlement Attorney. One word, yourdebtsettlementattorney.com. And we kind of cover a little bit what we can do on debt settlement. And one of the things which is very interesting when it comes to debt settlement is it's a negotiation. It's what we call pre-litigation. So you never know what you will get. But oftentimes, if you have a good hardship, we are able to get you some good deals. And we can also do the same on second mortgages. We can do the same on judgments. Oftentimes, if you don't pay your bills or you get a lawsuit against you, what will happen, the company will get what we call a judgment against you. And the judgment that they will get, unfortunately, they will have a lot of power over you. They will be able to kind of file what we call a writ of judgment, get the levy against your bank account, get what we call, they can garnish your paycheck. They can even put a lien on your property. You don't want that. We can help you get out of these debts. And one of the options, of course, is a bankruptcy. But the other option is to do a debt settlement. For example, we had debt people owing $150,000 in second mortgages. We were able to settle them for only $40,000, and they kept the house. On credit cards, I think we had a couple of them on $90,000. They were settled for $10,000, $20,000. It depends on the case. It doesn't mean because I'm getting good deal for one person, I'll get good deal for you. But the good news is that we don't charge anything in advance to do the debt settlement. So only when you get a deal, then you pay us. We work what we call a contingency when it comes to the debt settlement. So we take a percentage of what you get. If you don't get anything, we don't take anything. So it's a good deal for you. It's a good idea to try it. It doesn't cover your credit, of course, but it gets you out of debts. And also the other thing is that a debt settlement takes less time to rebuild your credit. And it's not a debt consolidation, by the way. Debt consolidation is something totally different. Debt consolidation is not a good idea, by the way, and we don't recommend it. What we are talking here is settling the debt, getting a big fraction of it, and you pay one time, you get rid of it. So give us a call. The number to call is 510-742-5887. 510-742-5887. So you can check the website, yourdebtsettlementattorney.com, yourdebtsettlementattorney.com. This is another service we have been providing for almost 5 years now, and we have been very, very successful. Check some of the testimonials and check some of the work we have done. So now, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know how I think we have another 5 more minutes to go. I was hoping to have Amit on the phone today, but I didn't get him. So the other question, one thing that we have been talking about is from the beginning is about the visa bulletin.
And since we got a lot of callers, I didn't finish that part. There's a big thing happening. Well, not big thing. There was not a big progression in the visa bulletin, but the good news, there was no retrogression. But unfortunately for people from the Philippines on EB3 and a skilled worker, it became unavailable. So there probably was a lot of application. That's why they are not giving any results on those right now. So for those who are stuck or who your dates are becoming current, you want to file for your I-485, please give us a call. We can help you. The number to our office, 510-742-5887. The website to check is splgpc.com, splgpc.com. Again, the number to our office, 510-742-5887. As for the H4 work permit, the H4 EAD, as we call it, it's still available. You can still apply. There's no time limitation like H1B, and we will be more than glad to help you. It is something which is very interesting, and I will highly recommend that you contact someone who knows what they are doing, because this is new. There's no precedence on those cases. As you know, this law was there for almost 60 years now, and we have a lot of people fought, including myself, to get this done, and now it's time to get the benefits of it. So please apply for it, take advantage of it. The only weakness you usually have on the H4 is that it's attached to the H1, so if the H1 goes away, it goes away with it. But during the meantime, there are a lot of things that can be done. You can use it to get any kind of job you want. You can go ahead and file for what we call open your own business. And one of the myths that has been happening, there was a lawsuit, as you know, on this, and the lawsuit was complaining that they will be taking technical jobs. But the truth is that most of the people of H4 are not in technical position. Most of them are business-minded, they are artists, there are things like that. So I think it will not really be competing on the IT market seriously. Otherwise, people will be already moving on the H1 if they were under the IT. So what I will recommend, if you need help, check that blog, H4 EAD, or call us at the office, the number 510-742-5887. We can help you do both, change of status, and also do the H4 EAD at the same time. So to recap today, ladies and gentlemen, we have some great news on when it comes to the H4 EAD. The visa bulletin, not so great news. It's just kind of status quo. And also for the debt settlement, we can still help you, especially in credit cards and you name it. And all of them, you can just call our office. We have a great team, 510-742-5887. So just to let you know, we don't do only H4, we don't do only H1. We also do asylum, we also do family petitions, marriage petitions, VAWA, you name it, U visa. This is something very interesting. U visa is a visa that is obtained for people who are victims of certain crimes, and now they have extended it to the DOL. That means people who are abused by their employers in some ways and has been cheated and there was extortion against them. And if there is a case against the employer, you might be eligible to what we call a U visa. So check it out. Give us a call. We can analyze your case. 510-742-5887. The website to check, splgpc.com. And we have our great blog now. We're going to make this blog become a center for news. It's called Immigration Legal Blog, immigrationlegalblog.com. I will try my best now to have some very serious articles on the news of immigration passing onto that. So keep checking it. And, of course, subscribe to our newsletter. There's a newsletter. If you go on those blogs, you can get it. Please subscribe. On the top, you click on subscribe to our newsletter. Just put your email there, and you can unsubscribe anytime you want. So please check it. So, ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to thank you. I'll be back on Monday from noon to 1, and this is Attorney Shah Peerally. I'm going to sign off, and I'm going to tell you anything I told you today is for educational purposes only. You should not act or refrain to act solely on the information provided. You should contact an attorney if you have any questions. The number to call, 510-742-5887. Bye-bye. Have a nice weekend. You'll hear from me next Monday from noon to 1. Bye-bye.
Is your credit card debt driving you insane? Don't panic and claim bankruptcy. Don't consolidate and end up worse off than before. What you need to do is call the debt settlement team at the Shah Peerally Law Group PC. They have an excellent record of getting your debt reduced at a fraction of what you owe. The best part is you don't pay a penny until a settlement is reached. Stop wasting time and money and call the Shah Peerally Law Group PC at 510-742-5887. That's 510.